Recording. All right, guys, we're officially starting today's group chat, whatever day it is. What's going on? Alex, Brandon, Ms. Diana, the amazing Diana. I see Diana all the time. How are you? Jason, what's up, Jason? Jesus, that's correct, right? I was calling him Jesus for a long time. Keisha, what's up, Keisha? Guys, Keisha's a perfect example that we don't make excuses. Keisha went from $3,000 to 20. Keisha and Clint, okay? They went from $3,000 to 21 grand in like 2.5 months. Keisha has a full-time job, gets off work at like 11 p.m., and she's a real estate agent on top of that. So, shows you when you have a will, you can either make money or you can make excuses. You know, you can either tell yourself a sad story about why you're not winning, or you can go out there and make it happen. So awesome job to you guys. What's up, Matt? What's up, Nick? Ryan, Timothy. Just said hi to you, Timothy. Good to see you here. Wallace, Joseph. Oh, we got a full group chat tonight. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a message conversation breakdown, because we haven't done one of those in like a week, and I get anxious when we don't do one of those. So we're going to do one of Timothy's, because Timothy posted one, and we haven't done one of Timothy's in a while, and I didn't see any other ones. Guys, don't ever forget, it's good to post your message conversations. I love critiquing them. I like to critique different people's ones, and it's how you will improve, right? If you're not like a perfect negotiator, there's nothing better than posting it and letting me break it down in a 30-minute video and finding all these little things to work on. Kevin, he posted one of his conversations, and there was like, he was doing all the right stuff, which I liked, which means he went through the training, right? If you don't go through the training and implement it, I'm not going to help you out, and I can't help you out. But he went through all the training. He implemented it. He had all the principles. They were just in kind of a different order. You know, they were like, he was doing stuff here that should have been here. So it was, I loved Kevin's conversation. Then he's in our VIP group. So the next day he posted a conversation in our like VIP only group, and it was like, I mean, it was like 9 out of 10. He went from like a 6 out of 10 to like a 9 out of 10, because when you see all the things you're doing wrong or that you could do better, then you can start doing all those things right. And then when you start doing all the things right, your message negotiations go up, start buying items for bigger profits, they go up, closing percentage goes up, and usually you make a lot of money when that happens. I can't promise that you'll make a lot of money, but usually you make a lot of money when that happens, when you're consistently getting leads, you're consistently getting people down in price, and you're consistently closing people. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Whoop! So we're going to go to screen number 2. So guys, I need to know some rules. Someone give me some rules when it comes to message negotiation. Someone tell me something when it comes to, guys, I need some laws. The laws of message negotiation. Someone tell me some laws. I need some principles. Some principles when it comes to message negotiation. Oh, thank you, Jason. One thought per line. That's right. We're going to do one thought or idea per line. Jesus says, what does that mean? Don't take shit from anyone. All right. So we're going to say that we're going to interpret Brandon as stay invested in the convo, don't pull out. See how I reframe that real quick? So let's see some other things. We're going to use one thought idea per line, stay invested in the convo, don't pull out. 3rd grade reading level. Micro steps. We got the 3 levels. Let's see, but we'll bring that up. And then, of course, guys, we got the standard. They reach out to us. RWOCM. R stands for reach out. They're going to reach out to us and respond to an ad. We went over a whole bunch of ad stuff on Monday, so very important if you haven't to go back and watch that. Went over some brand new stuff, some important things for Craigslist, which is good. Then we got to figure out what they have. Once they reach out to us, we got to figure out what they have. Once we figure out what they have, we're going to make them an offer. If they don't accept the offer, we're going to close them. We're going to use crazy negotiating strategies to try to close them. And then we're going to go for the meetup. And the goal is to move through this as fast as possible because there's a momentum that's built up as you go through this 5-part process. You just got to go through it effectively, but as long as you can go through this process like effectively, and you want to move through here, the faster you can move through here, the more deals you will close with everything else being the same, because this is what people want. People, they don't want to talk to us for a half an hour. Right? Now, I might be down to hang out with you guys for an hour on this group chat and see what's going on, right? But the average person, right, they don't care about us. They want a quote for their phone. They want to close the deal, right? This is all about getting a means to an end. And the end result is you coming to terms on price, you meeting up and doing the deal, them being happy that they got some cash, you being happy that you got a phone you can flip, and you both leave very happy. So we got to move through this very quick. When I started out phone flipping, guys, I used to be nervous before I made the offer. I was nervous before I made the offer. So I used to linger around the W too much. I would ask them silly questions like, how long have you had the phone for? Do you have? Oh, it says internet's back. How long do you have the phone for? Do you have the original charging cable that came with the phone? And then by the time I made the offer, they were so pissed off that I stayed here and didn't move here, and I wasn't moving it forward, that by the time I made the offer, they were already leaving the conversation, and they didn't want to have anything to do with me, even though it was a respectable, solid offer. So we got to move through this step quickly, right? Be a little nervous making an offer, but as soon as you figure out what they have, the company, condition, carrier, then we're going to go to this step right here. Alex says, mirror. Jason says, that's right. Soft offers, hard and soft offers. Switch back and forth. Ooh, someone was paying attention last time. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and see this conversation breakdown real quick. Well, what do I mean by real quick? We're going to be here for a sec. But it's all going to be beneficial, I promise. So this person says, I've seen your ad on Kijiji. I have a Samsung S9, 1 week old, with original box and everything. Also, a warranty for a free replacement. It's a 64 gigabyte. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to mirror people. So if they're right to the point, we're going to be right to the point. If they use pleasantries, we're going to use pleasantries. If they use like LOLs, we're going to kind of use LOLs. I talk to everyone different. I don't want to care about being, there's no need to be yourself here. I want to be the person that's going to close the most deals, right? And some of you guys have probably had experience where you talk a lot and you're kind of extroverted. And some of you guys have probably been in other situations where you're a little bit more reserved, right? So we can be kind of like water and free flowing. So we're going to mirror them, right? I don't really care about being myself. I want to be the person that closes deals. So with this first thing right here, can someone tell me what we think about the person? Their personality, the way they're talking, how invested they are, all that good stuff. What I would say, guys, is they said, hi there, seen your ad on Kijiji. So Brandon says very cordial and invested. Yes. So, well, what do I like to call that? I like to call that they're using pleasantries, right? Hi, how are you? Dear sir, ma'am. They're saying stuff like that in Brendan's words, which I like, cordial and invested. So I would say something back. The worst thing we could say is, any problems with it? See, this would be the wrong thing to say. Now, Tim, if you're watching this or not, I haven't looked at any of the, I'm just going off of what I'm saying here, right? I'm not sure what you said. But the worst thing we could say is any problems with it because they're invested. They wrote out all this. They said hi there. They told us where they saw their ad. This person has this. They're using complete sentences with original box and everything, right? We don't care about the box and everything, but when they say that, they're invested. They're taking the time to say that. So we want to like acknowledge that sometimes, or at least be aware that where they're at right now. Any problems with it would not be the thing to say. So we'd want to say something like, let's see what Tim says, right? Oh, he says, awesome. I can give you $325 for it. So Tim, what you want to do here is this is like too abrupt. This is too abrupt right here because they said all this and you're right to the point, right? Now we want to be right to the point. Someone here is like, Aaron, all you talk about is being right to the point, and now you're saying not be right to the point. Freaking be somewhere and stick with it. You want to be right to the point, but we want to be like water and kind of adjust adjust how we communicate with them to match their vibe. So what I would have said is, hi, thanks for messaging me. You guys see how hi, thanks for messaging me is mirroring this first line right here, right? We're going into it at the same level they're at. Now, they said I got an S9, 1 week old, also a warranty for a free replacement. So it sounds like they got two phones, right? So I'm confused right here. It sounds like they got two phones. What do you guys think right here? Yeah, doesn't it sound like they got two phones? Sounds like they got two phones to me. Also a replacement. I would said, hi, thanks for messaging me. You have one phone or two phones? This is what I would have said, right? Because I'm not 100% sure. It sounds like they got two phones because they say also, that's in addition, a warranty for a free replacement. It's a 64 gigabyte. So I would have just clarified it, right? Maybe they just won, but I would have clarified it first. Or if I was going to make an offer, I would have said, hi, thanks for messaging me. I can give you $325 for it. So this would be the best way to say it right here. We're kind of being cordial like they are, but then we're also getting right to the point. Awesome is it's a little bit too abrupt. There's still this is still like, not a bad thing to say, but it's better to be where they're at. We want to be where they're at psychologically, how they are as a person, the way we communicate with them. If they're talking a lot, if they're right, we want to be where they're at. And then as we're where they're at and communicate with them the same way they're communicating with us, then we move it forward. So give me like a 1 in the chat if this makes sense. Give me like a 1 in the chat if we're kind of on the same page with this. Okay, cool. All right, just want to make sure we're on the same page. Maybe I'll put an add a bunch of Gigi, let me know. See? That's probably what I would have said too. This is too short. It's like too short. It's from what they're saying, it's too short, right? It doesn't seem like we're not being nice to them. We got to like shake their hand and pat them on the shoulder and ask them how their day's doing. Give them a cup of coffee, right? So I see why they would have said that. No worries. It's a great phone. Now that's a good line right there. No worries. It's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? See, now this is what I like. This is good. This person, guys, are they invested? Are they invested? Are they semi-invested, semi-leaving, or pulling out? Which one are they? Ryan gave me a 2. Semi-invested, 2. Maybe I'll put an ad up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of 2, right? Said, no worries, it's a great phone. But what we should have said here, yeah, it is a 2. What we should have said here, of course, guys, is we needed to butter them up a little bit, right? It's a great phone. You got to think about what they're feeling when you said this, especially after saying this is too abrupt. Another intent line would have been good. It would have been better here. No worries, it's a great phone. To be honest, I need some more S9s, how much were you looking to get for it, right? That's what I would have said. Now, this is still not bad, right? We're still making an offer, correct? We're still saying it's a great phone. There's only 1 intent, not 2 intents. But we got to be really in line with how you got to put yourself inside their soul and understand how they're feeling, their emotions and their thoughts through the words they're sending you through Messenger. That way, you can perfectly calibrate what you say next to lead them in the direction you want to lead them to as you get them to respond, right? If you think that they, if they're pissed off at you and you think that, oh, this person, they're invested when really they're pissed off, well, then you're going to lose the deal. That's why it's important to get a feeling of where they're at. 500 to 600 minimum. Seen on Amazon, there's 700 used. Plus, mine still has the warranty. Anyone can activate within 20 days to get a brand new one delivered. So it looks like she has one, or he has one. Someone has one. $500 is let's see. But what do we like about this? They're talking a lot, right? So then that said 5 to 6. I like all this. Talk a lot. Tell me your whole life story, right? The more time they spend messaging you, they're invested. Seen on Amazon. So let's see what Timothy says. Yep, absolutely, Roy. That's what I'm thinking too. Number 2. 500 is a bit tough. I buy and resell for a living and would need to make a little profit. What price would you think is fair if I met you now with cash? So this is all right, but it's missing one important part. Someone tell me the one important part it's missing. There's the one important part it's missing. One important part. One important part. Anyone? Anyone tell me? Look at the counter offer, guys. You guys know this. 500 is a bit tough. I buy and resell. Thank you, Brandon. That's what I'm talking about. The line of intent. You got to have intent. So the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. 1, intent. 2, excuse. 3, the offer, whether hard or soft. Or I'm sorry, what do we call it? Direct or indirect? I mix them up. Direct, indirect, benefits. So the best way to word this would be, it's a great phone. It's just I buy, need to make a little profit. So if we were doing an indirect offer, it would look like this. Let's see what Timothy says. 500 is a bit tough, right? So you guys, intent, guys, is one of the most important things when making counteroffers, because by showing intent, that's one of the main things that's going to allow you to keep them in the conversation, keep them not very mad at you as you continue to work them down in price. So someone give me some lines of intent. Intent is complimenting their phone. So what are some other lines we could say? It's a great phone. I want to buy your phone. Absolutely. To be honest, I need some more S9s. These are all fantastic. I want to work a deal. I love that. I love that, Brandon. I want to work a deal. That's a beautiful intent line. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is beautiful, Brandon. Beautiful intent line. Want to work a deal. 500 buy and resell. Need to make a little profit. So, guys, if you're watching this, might be good to write these down. Might be good to save them to your phone, because as you're working in price, you're always going to be using intent lines. Now, if you guys want to learn something super advanced, as you're going and you're making 3, 4, 5 offers, you don't have to use all these all the time. If you guys look at a lot of my conversations and a lot of the recordings I have of me in the back office, the first conversation we're making the counter offer is pretty much like this, but then the next line, it might just be intent with benefit. Or it might be a couple intents with an offer. Or it might be another offer, right? Gauging them. If they're like, if they're really short, right to the point, I'm not going to say this all 4 times. I'll do it once, I'll do it twice, then it might be an intent, an excuse, and an offer, then it might be a benefit. Couldn't do any less if I made it today with cash, right? That would be an offer and a benefit, right? So you're going to mix it up, but one of the most ones you'll be using a lot is intent. Intent's very good. And then you'll be using a combination of those. Anyone you guys ever see me say that? Right after the 3rd or 4th offer, I'll say something, you couldn't do any less if I met you today, right? You couldn't do any less if I drive to you. That's just an offer and a benefit. But then it's good to have these, especially when the first time you're making the offer, it's good to have these because these kind of pack a full punch and they're a complete offer. I want to earn your business, says Alex. That's a good, I love that. That's so good. We're going to write that down. Woo! You guys are giving me all sorts of good ideas. I would have to stay. See, so Timothy, there's a couple things, right? This whole thing goes kind of long, but it would have probably been shorter, and you would have probably gotten less resistance if you tweaked it a little bit, if you talked to them more of where you're at, and if this had the 4 benefits. Now, on the flip side, guys, for me not to beat up Timothy has came a long way since a year ago. This is significantly better than how it used to be, but there is still significant room for improvement to make the conversation better, to make it smoother, and to get less resistance from the customer. I would have to say at 500, I could possibly make around 800 if I sat on an ad for a bit, right? Timothy says 500 is a bit rough. Believe me, if I could pay that much, I would. However, since I have to pay shipping and eBay fees, would that work? So he's making a counter offer. But see, and there's no intent here. There's an intent right here. But the intent needs to come here. Because when you guys are going back and forth, it's important to where they feel the intent. And there wasn't any intent here. So it's missing intent. Can any of you guys feel that, right? It feels like a little too heads-on, right? If we were to just show a little intent, let them know we want to buy it, it's a little bit warmer. It kind of warms them up, right? It's a very fine line between, or it's a very fine skill set to be able to disagree with someone in price, but keep them on good terms and keep them happy to message you back as you work them down on price. And he is staying in the conversation, right? You got to stay in the conversation. So he's using other excuses. I would have just, it's too long of a message. So what we would have said is, I would have to stay at 520. I could possibly make what Aaron would have said. That's a great phone. Great phone. You wouldn't do. So making a little bit of a harder offer here, right? And it's more right to the point. You guys see how this is right to the point? It has the intent. And then we got the good counter offer. So we asked them to come down in price. Now we're kind of making a counter offer, but we're making it softer because we're wording it as a question. 700 plus 300 shipping on eBay. So he's saying as much as I would love to pay. See, there's just no intent. The excuse is good. He's had good excuses, so the excuse part's good. The market simply won't allow me to make a profit, right? I would love to buy the phone, so there's some intent. However, since they sell for around that, so wouldn't do any less. Do any less if I met you now today with cash. I couldn't, sorry. But he's making another offer, right? Any reason why? Well, they already told us the reason why. There's no real need to ask the reason why because they said they could. The person believes that they could sit on it. See, we got to look at the conversation as a whole thing. The person believes, they said it somewhere, that they believe they could just sit on it and make $600 or something. Because I could sell it by the end of the week on an ad in Kijiji for said. Didn't they say that somewhere before? Yeah, see? I could possibly make around that if I make 800 if I sat on an ad for a bit. That's what they think. Now, of course, what they think and what reality is two separate things, but it doesn't matter. If they have a false sense of reality and they believe it, they'll believe it. Lots of people believe lies, believe things that aren't true. That's why a lot of people go through the world and they have pain and they don't get the things they want because they think the world's supposed to work one way, but in fact it works another way. But people interpret everything through their eyes. So it doesn't matter if they're wrong. Now, one of the things I like about Tim, though, is not arguing with her, right? So I like that a lot. Or him. I think he said, not arguing with the person. So I like that a lot. There's things he's doing good, but things that we could improve on a little bit. Or I could use a replacement and get a sealed phone and sell it for $850. Right? Any reason why? No, I like he's asking the reason. That's a good sales thing, right? That's kind of a standard sales tactic. Any reason why? Why not? Why not? So he's staying in there. Oh. I like how he keeps making an offer, though. And he's offer fast cash service that allows you to skip the hackle, focus more important things in life sooner. So we'll just kind of we're going to go through this a little bit faster now. So let's see what happens. On Kijiji, now we get people either shopping around, leaving on red. So he's kind of giving the pain. Not a bad thing. He's basically saying if you sell on Kijiji, this is what you're going to run into. And he goes about the benefit. So that's good. I like that. I can appreciate that. That's not bad at all, Tim. Highest I can do. He makes another offer, right? What do we see about Tim? He's making the offer, right? I would have gone about it a different way and tried to make it a little smoother. But, he's making the offer. And this is all negotiating stuff. This is good. He's saying on Kijiji, 90% is giving them the pain, giving them the benefit. I like that. Highest I can do is $350. Rather take my chances. He's also talking too much. You guys see that? Yeah, I see he's talking a little too much. So that's another thing. I'm trying to give like the pros and the cons. Since I've messaged you. All right, we're going to skip over this. The person came down to 500. I definitely understand. If you don't mind me asking, what do you need the cash for? Baby family duties. No worries. So you want the phone. Now, where did 500 come from? So the person said 500. So the person came down to 500, right? This is one of the most important lessons, right? No, you're never going to be an expert phone at negotiating right away. But as long as you stay in the conversation, got to stay in the conversation. We got to stay in the conversation. Stay in the conversation. Even if nothing else is perfect, a lot of times you can just simply work them down in price by just trying different things and working on it. Told you guys the story about my cousin, right? My cousin, guys, got next level. He didn't know any of this stuff. I mean, his negotiating was like a 0 out of 10. He only did one thing really good. He kept making an offer. He kept saying, well, I can give you this. I understand, but I can give you this. And the guy was like, no, no, no. And the guy, I understand, but I can give you this. And the guy's like, no, I need this. And he's like, okay, but I can give you this. And he said that like 8 times, and the guy eventually closed by staying in the conversation. 500, top right, paying combined share available tonight. Make another offer, a little less than what you want, and it's the highest I can pay. I like the highest I can pay part, so it's kind of like that's a sturdy thing. Skip all the hassle, so he's reiterating it. I would only do if you had a 7+ or something to trade. Trader, 400 I like, came down in price. Boom. And then it looks like Tim picked up the phone. Cool. Fantastic. So not bad. I skipped over some of the end stuff because it was just kind of reiterating some of the other stuff, but not bad at all. Some things to improve on, absolutely. Tim, you said I'm back. There's a few things you did in the beginning that could have been a little smoother, Tim. There's a few things that would have made the transaction better. However, with that said, a lot of things you did good. There were a lot of things you did good, and a lot of things that I've seen from previous message conversations that you've done where they got improved on. So I would just go back and watch the replay. There is room for improvement. But with that said, there are a lot of things that you did good. There's a lot of things you did good, and from where you were at like 6 months ago, this is substantially better from where you were. So just keep working and improving. I saw you got it down. I mean, that's fantastic. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? So not bad, Tim. Not bad at all. Some room for improvement, but overall, I like it. I mean, you're getting better, right? You're getting better. Guys, I was about 70 pounds overweight about 2 years ago. So, if I went to the gym and the personal trainer and I lost 10 pounds, personal trainer would say, hey, we still got some work to do. But at the same time, Aaron, you lost 10 pounds, kudos to you. You're doing pretty good. No worries, Tim. Overall, though, Tim, I'm very impressed from where you've come. Keep up the good work. I mean, you've definitely grown a lot. It's good. Watch the replay because you'll get some other tips. But it's significantly better. I mean, I'm impressed. It's very good. All right, guys, I want to talk about repeat business. Well, all right. I guess I jump into the next topic right away because I'm excited. What do you guys think about that? Was that cool? Good conversation. We learned a couple things. We go over a couple things. Saw some things Tim did. That was fantastic. All right, fantastic. Hey, Zeus. See, I get people's names down like crazy. Jason. I want to talk about good ways to get repeat business. So if you want to talk about that, give me a 1. If you have any other questions, let me know. We kind of got a half an hour, but I don't think we've done that in a while. Let's talk about repeat business. So guys, let's talk about the big picture, and then I'm going to give you some specific things to make repeat business good. So the first thing is repeat business is great because you can make a lot of money. You don't have to do anything, right? I get a lot of repeat business. The other thing is you don't ever rely on repeat business. You never want to rely on repeat business. You never, ever, 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 ever want to rely on repeat business, right? Anytime I get repeat business, it's like a benefit. It's a benefit. Woohoo! Got me some repeat business. But I don't rely on it. I'm hitting the ads. I'm putting up the apps. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do. So that's the first thing we say. The second thing I'll tell you is just as a benefit that all you guys should be excited about, the longer you stay in the business, the more repeat business you'll have, the more people you'll meet. So I remember when I got the program, and I remember watching the video by David Kosciuszko. And David's like, you can get repeat business. And I'm like, I've never had any of this repeat business before. I would love me some repeat business. I don't even know what it feels like. And now I get a lot of deals from repeat business. So like, for example, there's this one guy I found, and every like 3 months, he'll like bring me an item for sale. And I actually sell them all as clean IMEI. They're AT&Ts. They're all clean IMEIs I sell. So like, he got the 8 and he upgraded to the red, or he got the 8 plus, he upgraded to the red 8 plus, right? So he sold me the phone. I sold it on eBay. A few months later, the X comes out and he gets the X. And then like the XX comes out, and then the XX Max comes out. So he keeps upgrading, keeps selling me the older phones. I only see him like, once every 3 months. But when I see him, I'm making $150. It's free money, right? There was a bunch of people like that. This one guy, guys, brought me a bunch of phones at the end of 2 years ago. So 2 Decembers ago, right? Then he hit me up a few months ago in November, had a bunch of phones, so I've been buying a bunch of phones from him. So the more you're in this business, the more repeat business you'll get, and the easier it gets just because you're meeting with more people and they'll remember you. There's this one couple. They're on my Facebook. It was like a year and a half ago. They sold me their phones. A couple months ago, they hit me up and they switched carriers. I bought all the phones from them. It was like 2 or 3 phones and a tablet and some other stuff. I sold all on eBay. They were all AT&T. So I just sold all this clean IMEI. I made like $600, $700, right? Then you'll have people that kind of bring you phones consistently because they do things to get phones consistently. So the more you're in the business, the more repeat business you get, which is really, really good now. It's fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. However, you can't get there until you're messaging a bunch of people, and you'll get this person that brings you repeat business and this person. Has anyone in here been in the business for a while, maybe even a few months? And in the beginning, you weren't getting repeat business, but you have a few people or a couple people. They bring you phones consistently. Or maybe they bring you phones for a couple weeks and then they disappear. Sometimes those people that disappear, they stay disappeared. They're gone. Sometimes those people that disappear, they come back 6 months or a year later or a couple years later. So it's great, right? That's why one of the things, I never change my phone number. I always keep my phone number the same. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about this. Got definitely from Keisha. What's up, Darius? Yes, from Ulysses. So let's talk about ways to get repeat business. Number one is you have to have a good, the prospect has to have a good interaction with you. So one of the ways you do that is by getting good at negotiating. When you get good at negotiating, right, in the beginning, guys, I used to kind of, before I was as smooth as I am now, I used to kind of piss them off too much, right? I wasn't as calibrated as I was now. So sometimes I meet up with them and we do the deal, but there'd be some tension there. And they kind of sold it to me, but they weren't really happy and kind of disappeared after that. So by getting good at negotiating, it'll actually help you get more repeat business because you kind of stay in good terms with them, right? And although you're negotiating on price, you never do anything to kind of like aggravate them a little bit. So it will help you out naturally as well, right? The other thing we got to do is we got to make sure their experience is good. It's all about them. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's all about them. So it's just like there's this one restaurant I like to go to, guys. It's called Crust Red. They got salads and soups and pizzas and Rice Krispie treats and all sorts of yummy stuff. And I like going there because as soon as I walk in, instantly 100% of the time someone greets me. Hey, welcome to Crust Red. Say, hi, I'm just getting a salad. All right, great. What would you want? There's always someone there that's attentive and that, you know, helps me make the food right away, right? And sometimes I ask for certain things. Sometimes I don't want bacon. Sometimes I want the double cheese. Sometimes I'm getting it to go, but I want the dressing mixed in. 100% of the time, guys, they always kind of make the order how I want. Then I get to the checkout. There's always someone at the checkout there. And they check me out. It's fast. It's beautiful. It's boom, boom, boom. So I like going there because of the experience. The experience is perfect. How are your guys' customers' experience with you? Are you running 5 to 10 minutes late? Do you not have your shit together? Are you, do you not have everything not organized? So whenever someone meets up with me, what I do is first of all, tip number 1, maybe we should write this down. Maybe we should make a checklist. Let's make a checklist. So tip number 1, guys. 1, you got to show up on time. Show up on time. When you say you're going to show up, show up. And if there's some traffic and it's going to take you another 5 to 10 minutes to get there, tell them that from the beginning, right? Don't say you're going to be 20 minutes away when you're really 30 minutes away. Or one of the things I do is when I'm jumping around from customer to customer, even if I think that I'm going to be able to leave in 10 minutes, I'll make it seem like there's going to be an issue. The customer I'm meeting now is going to be, anyone here ever had a customer that's running a little late, right? That says they're going to be there in 5 minutes and they don't show up for 13 minutes? I plan that in all the things. So if the guy's like, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes, I know I can leave in 10 minutes. I'm going to assume that I'm not going to be able to leave till 25 minutes. It's going to take me 20 minutes to get there. It'll take me 45 minutes. So I give myself time. So I show up on time. When I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. Now, am I there all the time? 100? No. But I'm 9 times out of 10, guys, I'm there when I say I'm going to be there. Show up on time, right? And let me show you how important this is, right? Because they're judging the experience they're having with you. Has anyone here ever walked into a restaurant and maybe the person was talking to another server, the hostess was talking to another server for like 10 seconds before they acknowledged you and it kind of pissed you off? Give me a 2 in the chat if that ever happened. You're like, Aaron, I know it's a little petty, Aaron. But yes, here's a 1 because I know you're right, because we all have egos. And, I do the same thing, guys. I get there, and when they don't, acknowledge me right away, who am I to feel like I need to be acknowledged right away, right? I know in myself, who cares if they take a few seconds, right? I shouldn't care, but my ego is out there, and I do care, right? I do care. It kind of aggravates me. So if you get a little frustrated when the hostess takes 10 seconds to acknowledge you because your time is valuable, quote, quote, how is your prospect feeling when you say you're 5 minutes away and really you're 15 minutes away and they're waiting for a freaking 10 minutes for you to show up? What do you guys think about that? So 1, show up on time. 2, be prepared. Be prepared. There's multiple things you need to do to be prepared. 1, bill of sale. Got to have the bill of sale. How silly would it be when you get there and you're like, oh, crap, I don't have the bill of sale. Well, would you mind hanging out here while I run home, print off a bill of sale, and come back? How are they? You're at the restaurant, and they're like, actually, you know what? We're out of lettuce. But don't worry. I'm going to run across the street to Walmart, get some lettuce, then I'm going to run back, and then I'll start making your salad. It's only going to be a 10-minute delay. Are you going to go back to the restaurant or not? So let's see other reasons why you might not be getting as much repeat business as you should. 2, got to have a pen. Guys, I got the little thing with the bill of sale. I got it from Walmart. There's like, I can fit like 50 bill of sale papers in there. I got like a dozen pens in there. And then I got a dozen pens in my car, guys. I got pens all over the place. You got to have pens, right? Because every now and then I go to take a pen out and the pen's out of ink. But that's okay because I have other pens. Number 2, guys, 3, have the money pre-counted. Guys, you got to have the money pre-counted. Have the money pre-counted, right? This is also a safety issue because you should not be pulling up and opening up your wad of $10,000 in cash and counting out $60. That's not like a good thing, right? But have the money pre-counted. So what does Aaron do? What I do is I got the wallet, and then I take the money. So I usually always have some hundreds, 20s, 10s, 50s, and all that stuff on me. So I will count it out. I'll be like, all right, it's 250 bucks. So I have the 250. Then what I do is I fold it, and I put it right here, and I stick it out a little bit, and then I put it in my pocket. I'm going to do it right now. So at the end of everything, I say, all right, so they show up, and I'm already there. And when I get there, I say, all right, I'm parked in the front. I'm in a black Hyundai Elantra, and I got a red shirt on. So they get there. They're like, all right, I'm here. And I get out of my car. And I'm like, all right, fantastic. Do you see me? So I'm giving them a point of contact. When you walk in and the hostess greets you, right, because you don't know where to go, I'm greeting them when they show up. Even though they're showing up to the McDonald's or they're showing up to the gas station or whatever, I greet them. And a lot of times I come outside because I want them to see me. Even though we're going to do the deal in the McDonald's, I want them to see me so they don't have any, what if I walk in there? Because they're thinking, what if I walk in there and the person's not there and I'm now embarrassed because I walked in here and I walk out without buying anything. They're thinking that, right? So I want them, when they pull up, hey, I'm here. All right, I'm like, all right, come on, come inside. Let's go inside. My excuse is, either we go inside because it's cold or the weather. Or, I got to use the Wi-Fi inside to reset it. Let's go inside, right? Let's go inside. Right, but I'm there, I'm greeting them, and then I'm walking them in. You guys see how important that is? It's very important. I don't want them to be there kind of confused. Now, not all the time it doesn't work. When I meet at the casino, right, sometimes they're taking an elevator down, so I'm just waiting right there. But when I can, I greet them as soon as they show up. Then the other thing is I got the money pre-counted. So after we do everything, I say, all right, cool, I owe you $250, right? I always say this. I owe you $250, right? I want to, even though we agreed on Messenger, I want them to say yes so there's no confusion at all. And so it's $250. All right, great. The money's already pre-folded, right? So I literally reach in, and I pull it out of the slot, and then I count it out in front of them, and then I give it to them. So it's a very smooth process. Now, when we meet up, we go inside. A lot of times I got my hotspot already turned on. So if I need to, I just go through the phone. I factory reset it. Right, and I look at it, right? I'm looking at the front, I'm looking at the back, I'm making sure there's no little cracks, because every now and then there's a little crack, and I'll reappraise it, no little cracks, right? And as I'm doing it, I'm making small talk. What do I like to say? I like to ask them, if they're doing anything fun later. I'm like, so you got any, you doing anything fun later today? It gives the conversation a little energy because I'm directing it by saying the word fun. You doing anything fun later today? Oh, no, I'm just going to go home and cook. Just another day. No worries. You making anything good? So I make a little small talk with them. That's pretty much what I always say. And then sometimes I ask them why they're selling the phone. I'm curious, right? And sometimes they're like, oh, I hate Sprint. I'm going to Verizon. I'm done with Sprint. I'm like, oh, what they do to you, right? And people love talking about them. So they kind of complain a little bit about that. So as they're doing that, there's no real awkward. There's no silence. I'm talking to them as I'm going through everything, right? So I'm saying this, and I'm always having communication as I'm looking at it, as I'm going through. If I got to run the IMEI, make sure it's clean, run it, make sure it's unlocked, right? Whatever it is I'm doing, everything's good. All right, cool. You got your driver's license on you? Yeah. They give me their driver's. I do the whole bill of sale. And then I'm kind of still making small talk. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, so, do you live around here? They're like, yeah, I live over there. And I'm like, oh, over there. So I kind of make small talk about that. Or they'll say they live somewhere else and they like somewhere else that they live. So those are usually the things I'm saying. And then I turn the bill of sale towards them. So, all right, great. And I give them the pen. So I'm going to get an autograph right here. I'm going to get initial right here. So they do both things. I'm like, great. Then I take it back. So, all right, I owe you $250, right? Someone say yes. Yes. Okay. All right, Keisha, I owe you $250. 1, 200, 240, 250, 250. There you go. Boom. And then that's that. And then, of course, I ask them if they got anything else for sale. Tell them blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they do have something else for sale. When they do, say, all right, cool. If we're communicating on an app, I try to get my number saved in their phone. Get your number saved in their phone. Business card, they're going to throw away. They're going to keep some of them. Some business cards are going to throw away. If you have them save your number in their phone, they're like, no worries. And excuses are good, right? Remember the excuses? Well, sometimes I'm on that app. Sometimes I'm not. Would it be okay if I give you my number? And then when you get that other item, or if you come across anything else, you could send me a text? Yeah, sure. And I have them save it in their phone. ATM Aaron Phone Guy. Why do I have them save them in their phone as ATM Aaron Phone Guy? Because ATM starts with an A, and they're going to see it at the top every time they open up their phone. The other reason is that they're in their phone. They don't have to look for a business card. They don't have to go through Facebook Messenger for 50 messages trying to find me. It's right in their phone. Make it convenient for them to message you. Make it convenient for them to message you. Make it convenient for them to get in touch with you. What's more convenient for them? Opening up Facebook, scrolling through 3 months of messages trying to find your messenger, or looking in their phone, seeing ATM Juan Phone Guy, and sending a text to ATM Phone Guy, Juan Phone Guy. Also, when they get a new phone, what do most people transfer? Correct. They transfer their contacts, so it kind of stays with them. I want to have them connected, right? That's what we do right there. That's how it works, right? I don't know if, you know, you got to make it convenient for them. It's always about being convenient for them. And I put my number, you got to put their number in their phone. And if not, I try to get them to save my number. No worries, you know, if anything happens. Well, let me save your number real quick. All right, what's your name? Cool, and then would you go ahead and save my number too? Just save me as ATM Aaron Phone Guy. Right? And then, oh, right? And it's kind of a joke. No one else does that, so they're probably going to remember that. They might save context every now and then, but they probably don't save it as, you know, ATM Roy, ATM Wallace, ATM Tom, right? ATM Jesus, ATM Brandon, ATM Arthur, ATM Alex, right? It flows. Then, oh, the other thing I do is I got a bunch of SIM cards on me. I got a bunch of SIM cards on me because if they say it's unlocked, I will show them in front of them that it's not unlocked. And if it's one of the weird unlocks where it looks like it's unlocked but it's not, when I factory reset it, it won't be unlocked, and I'll show them with the different SIM cards. I got, like, I think 2 different carrier SIM cards. I got 2 Verizons, 2 Sprints, 2 T-Mobiles, 2 ATMs. Not really as important as it was before, because you guys know, way back in the day, you actually needed the correct SIM card in the iPhone to get through the setup. They did that update probably 6 months ago now where you don't. So it's not as important as before, but it's, like, important. So just to give you an example, guys, I pulled up to the gas station today to buy the first phone earlier in the day. And when I got there, I wanted to get some gas. But the guy's like, I'm a couple minutes away. I waited till we did the deal. And then I got gas. Because the last thing I want is for them to pull up and me not to be prepared. Show up, be prepared, greet them, make it easy for them to see you, do the deal, you do the full reset. I don't even say, oh, I got to connect it to my hotspot so I can reset it. If it's reset, I just connected to my hotspot. And if they haven't reset it all the way, sometimes they don't reset it all the way. They do the wrong reset. It's got their Apple ID. And I'll say, all right, cool. I'll say, let me just get this information from you. And I hand them the phone, right? I'm short, I'm simple, I'm right to the point. I'm basically doing the same stuff for ads and for messaging, just face-to-face. I don't say, oh, I need to reset it because I can't buy it because it's iCloud locked. Because if it's iCloud locked, I'm going to think it's stolen. No, none of that. Oh, cool. And then let me get this from you real quick. And I'll say, all right, cool. And then I did this just a few days ago. The guy put in this thing, fully reset it. He did, all right, cool. And I went through it, and then I did the reset. All right, cool. So to summarize, you want to show up on time. You want to be prepared. And number 3, you want to do all the work. You want to do all the work. Don't ask them to do all the work. If they want to do it, sometimes they want to do it, but they never want to do it. I never have them to where they want to do it. I never have it to where they want to do it. They want me to do all the work. So when they leave here, what's their perception? Did I show up 10 minutes late? Did I not have a pen and I had to borrow a pen from inside McDonald's? Did I, did I not have exact change, so I had to go buy a cup of water to get exact change? Or did they show up, I was there, we went inside to the table, I did all the work, all I had them do was enter in their iCloud information, autograph an initial somewhere, and I handed them cash. Handed them cash. Handed them cash. Handed them cash, and then that was that. And then after I tried to figure out if they have anything else for sale, blah, 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 just like the stuff we already talked about. Also, you got anything else for sale? Nope. Okay. You ever gonna, you think you might have anything for sale in the future? Yeah, maybe. All right, great. Well, let me save my number. And if you get my number, save my number. And then if you get anything, just let me know because I can communicate better. I'm not on the apps all the time. I'm not on OfferUp. Sometimes, guys, it's because they banned my account, right? The worst thing you want is for someone to be messaging you on an account you used to have, and it's banned, and they can't find you, and they just go sell to your competition. You don't want that. You want it to be convenient for them. So they leave, and they say, all right, everything was smooth. I didn't do anything. There wasn't any holdups. The person was professional. We had a nice conversation, right? I mean, you don't have to build any sort of deep rapport or anything, but we had a nice conversation, right? We talked about a couple things, right? If you can build some deep rapport, great. If not, it's not needed at all. You do not need to build deep rapport. The way you're going to get a lot of repeat business is by being professional and having all your stuff together so it's a smooth transaction. And then they got their number, your number saved in their phone. Someone says, why do you say ATM? What is ATM? Any meaning? There's no meaning behind it, Roy, except that it's like, money. You go to an ATM to get money. Well, they go to you to get money. And I use the word ATM because in contacts, ATM will show up at the top of their contact list, so they'll see it often. ATM Roy, they'll see that Roy, right? If you were like cell phone guy Roy, and it was in their contacts, they'd have to scroll down to C in order to see that. So I like ATM because it starts with the letter A. People like going to the ATM, right? Well, now people can come to you, and they can like going to you too. Smooth, respectful, ready to pay, says Diana. Absolutely. And one of the things I do is sometimes I dress like a bum, so I'll be like, oh, I'm in a red shirt. I don't say like a red tank top, right? I'll be in a red hoodie because I'm cool. I just say a red shirt, right? I want their perception of me to not be creepy. I don't want them to get a creepy vibe from me, right? When they're coming to meet me at the gas station at 9 o'clock at night to sell me their phone for $400. So I will, I won't say like tank top. I'll just say red shirt, right? Or, I might say black shorts, but really it's black basketball shorts, right? But black shorts, they might think, oh, they could be kind of the dress shorts. So I could say, oh, I got a red shirt on and black shorts. That sounds better than a red tank top, basketball shorts, and flip-flops when it's 10 degrees out. That sounds a little weird. They might think I'm a weirdo. Why am I wearing flip-flops at night, why am I looking like that, right? And then they see the hair. Hair doesn't really help. So it's, I'm very conscious of their perception. Tom says, that's me too much. Well, I mean, that's me too, right? But once they meet you and you're there and you're kind of leading, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? It's me too, 100% for sure. But I'm very aware of them. All right, guys, so let's see. I got a couple minutes to answer. So was that helpful? Give me a 1 in the chat if that was helpful. We haven't gone over that in a long time, and I don't think we've ever gone as specific as we did now, but I kind of wanted to give you guys some tips, right? Make sure it's a good experience for them. It's got to be a good experience for them. I mean, if you don't have your shit together, guys, they're going to go find someone that does, right? They want to have a good experience with you. And when you're prepared, they know you're a professional, right? When you do all these things, they know you're a professional. They want to deal with you again, right? All right, fantastic. I got a 1+ from Roy, 1111. Any last-minute questions? Jesus says, what do you say when you ask? What do you do when you ask for the iCloud and they don't know their password and email? Well, most of the time they do. More than 50% of the time, they'll know it and they reset it for me. I'd say more than 70, 80% of the time. If they don't know it, What's my job? My job is to solve their problem. So if they don't know it, I will try to reset it for them. I will try to reset it for them. Sometimes I can, right? Now, sometimes they're trying to sell me a stolen phone, and if that's the case, I don't buy it. I do not buy iCloud locked phones. So if they can't reset it, I don't buy it. A lot of iCloud locked stuff is, 90% of the time it's stolen, so I just don't want to deal with that, right? I'm trying to make the world a better place. I do not need the money that much. But I never just tell them to go away, right? I'll try to hang out with them for a little bit. And then go, oh, well, it's actually my daughter's phone. And, oh, she's not around right now. Well, then it's probably locked, right? But I met up with a handful of people who, well, a lot of people, they'll reset it. And then I met up with a handful of people that forgot it. And then I just go through the reset of it. And it takes 5 or 10 minutes. But, when they say it's theirs and they're confident about it, I've been able to reset multiple phones. And, it's kind of a pain. You got to go to the website and blah, 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 and all that good stuff. But you got to get a REMI-approved briefcase. If it's reported stolen, you still buy it? Yeah, I still buy it. As long as they can factory reset it. Because then it's their phone, right? Well, I don't know if it says reported stolen on it, I don't. But if it's blacklisted, I'll buy it. Like if the IMEI is bad. And most of the time, I don't check the IMEI because, 90% of the time I'm buying it as bad IMEI anyway. So I'm sure some of them are bad IMEI. I just don't check, right? Xfinity, so what is it? Spectrum, AT&T, or I guess AT&T, I'll buy some of them as clean. But what would you suggest to grow faster? Go for higher dollar phones or do more smaller price phones? Buy all of them, Alex. Any phone that you buy, Alex, that you can flip and make a profit, you're going to make money on. So there's no reason not to buy a phone as long as it meets your standards. My standards, I don't make less than $50 a phone. And if it's a higher end phone, I don't make less than $100. That's my standards. You guys saw on Facebook a couple days ago. It was on Monday. I picked up an iPhone 6S. Picked it up for $40. I sold it for $159. So, But then today, I picked up a couple sealed Maxes. So I buy them all. It's not like I got one certain thing I go after. Anything that I can flip, that I can make money on, that falls, it's got to be legal, ethical, falls within the, all that thing, and then falls in the right money I buy. How long should you wait for a customer? I've waited a long time before. If I get the sense that they're coming, I will wait. I've waited 20, 30 minutes before. Yesterday, I waited about 20 minutes. But he was very adamant that he was showing up, right? So, Right, if they respond. He was responding. He's like, I'm on my way. I said, man, well, you said that. You sure? I'm happy to wait here for you. But it's like, and then he takes a picture of him driving. And then when you start to put pressure on them, if they're serious, a lot of times they'll give you updates. I'm passing the school. I'm doing this. I'm turning down the road, right? So then I get a sense of where they are. Now there's been a couple times where they've said that and it turns out to be a scam and I waited like a half an hour, 45 minutes and they didn't show up. But 90+% of the time when they do that, they show up. So, I wait, What else am I going to do? Put up ads and respond to leads? I can do it freaking sitting right there. It's not like I got anywhere to be, usually. Did someone give me some money? Beautiful. Beautiful. Another $500. Came from a sale, picked up a phone for $300 earlier today. Jesus says, what do you do if they never showed up? Do you get mad or emotional? I used to. I don't anymore. I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. There's a lot of shit that I just don't care about anymore. In the beginning, I used to get really mad. I'd be mad for like a whole day. I just don't care anymore, right? And at the end of the day, your emotions are your emotions. So, I just don't care. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being mad if they don't show up, right? I used to get all pissed off and steam was coming out of my head. My hair was standing up looking like a fro. I just don't care anymore. You just keep moving forward, right? If they just don't show up, you just put up more ads, you respond to more people. You just go on to the next one. And you just make yourself do it, right? You have discipline. I don't do motivation. I don't care about any of that stuff. I care about discipline. I do discipline. I know that I can discipline myself. I know I can discipline myself to respond to the ads, to do the things that I need to do to put up the ads. Sometimes I have motivation, sometimes I don't. One guy kept sending me pictures of his GPS as DNA. That's happened to me a few times too. And then I like it, right? I like to put a little, it's good to put a little tension on it. Do you know what the sellers asking for the Amazon gift cards are all about? No idea, Keisha? Do you know what the sellers, I have no idea. No idea. I know if you buy gift cards, you got to be careful because they could like take the number and then they could sell you the gift card and call and redeem it, you know, online. If you're like trying to buy them and sell them, but I'm not sure. Morning routine. I wake up, go right over there, I write down my goals, and then I do a thing for about 10 minutes where I breathe back and forth. Go like this. Gets blood flowing, and then I say a bunch of incantations. Today is going to be a fantastic day. Today is going to be a fantastic day. I make lots of fucking money. I make lots of fucking money. I now command the universe to rain riches on me. 2, I now command the universe to rain riches on me. To shower me with avalanches of blah, blah. I now command the universe to rain riches on me. You give me over $1 million a month for $52 million a year net residually. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly in avalanches of abundance. All my needs, wants, desires, and goals met instantaneously through infinite intelligence. My purpose in life is to be excessively rich and to live the highest quality of life that I can, utilizing money as a tool to do so, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. Today's going to be a fantastic day. Today's going to be a fantastic day. I get everything that I want in life. I get everything that I want in life. I get everything that I want in life. I take massive action in going after all my goals. I take massive action in going after all my goals. So I basically do that for 10 minutes. And then I write down my goals. And then I'm pumped up. And then I get to fucking work. That's right. Moving. I took all that stuff from different things. A little bit from here, a little bit from Anthony Robbins. You guys should try it, right? Gets you in a good state. Gets you going. Woo! So that's what I do. And then I have a big checklist. The day before I go to sleep, I make a list of everything I need to do. So I make all the ads, and I cross off all the ads. And then I start responding to leads. And then I go to the post office, and I got to do a bunch of stuff. I'm about to do taxes, right? Total with everything, I think I'm at like $620,000 last year in taxes. So do all the tax stuff. And then sometimes I got other stuff. I keep a big list of everything I need to do. And then I get it done. And that's what I do. Ship phones. And I just kind of do it. Yeah, writing goals is good. Keeps me in track, right? Keeps me in track. Try it out. It feels good. And then try out, do the incantations, like the stuff you just saw me do for like 10 minutes. Try that out and try out writing your goals. You'll feel better. You'll feel more motivated because you see it in front of you. Before I sleep, I just write down my goals. And then I'll usually like read a book for a little bit before I go to sleep. I don't think I train my subconscious mind. I mean, I write down my goals. I don't know if that does anything, but I just go to sleep. That's what I got for you guys. I'm gonna go get some food. Great hanging out with you guys. Love hanging out with you guys like always.